You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Here we are then, all in.
Well done, chaps.
In time for tea.
Rather have a pint.
Which one is this?
Lieutenant Jones, sir. None the worse for wear.
All back then, are they?
Not quite, sir. Let me see. Campbell, McCudden, Rhys Davids.
Who's still in the air?
That would be Captain Mackay and...
Not Mac.
What about him, sir?
Oh, I'm sure he'll make it. The man's an absolute ace. It's just that ever since we lost Ball, well...
Yes, that business with the cloud.
Cloud, indeed. It was the Jerrys that got him. Bloody butchers.
Well, no clouds in the sky this morning, sir, and not a German plane in sight. He should be setting down any time now.
Flying alone, is he?
On patrol with another scout.
Good plane.
Decker, I believe.
Ah. Seen his share of dogfights?
And they both have.
Where are they, then? Where?
Where's he going now? Mac! No, this way! Back to base, man! No, take it down! Cherries! Where did they come from? Look up, Mac! They're above us! No, reduce altitude! Oh, he doesn't see them, Paul. I've got to get out of here before they spot us. Watch it, Mac! Watch it! We can't fight them all. Mac! Mac, come on! Let's get out of here! We've got to lose them. We've simply got to... What's this? A cloud? Can't see a blasted thing. Where's the base? No, flying blind! What's happening? I can't hear anything either. Mac? Mac? Where are you? Where am I?
Witness an aerial view of Lieutenant William Smith Decker, Royal Flying Corps, returning from patrol somewhere over France. The year is 1917, and at this given moment, Lieutenant Decker has just discovered that he is lost. But less than 1 minute from now, the lieutenant will discover that there are degrees to being lost. Degrees not only to be measured in miles, but perhaps in eternities. That is, if one has flown into the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, The Last Flight, starring Charles Shaughnessy, with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Can't see, can't hear. Oh, good Lord, what was that?
Hey, take a gander at that.
What in the...
Is this a joke?
Who does he think he is? What are you men standing around for?
Just heading into the hangar, sir.
Corporal, what is that anyway? What's what?
That, sir? Take a look.
With 4 wings?
At least something's holding it up.
Up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's super junk heap.
Some antique, huh?
Get off the field, all of you.
Where are you going?
To tell the Major. I want to know about this. Major Wilson?
Yeah?
Major, have you?
Have I what, Corporal?
If you don't mind, sir, I think you should take a look outside.
Something wrong?
I'm not sure, but I thought you should know.
That sounds like it.
Hey, what gives?
Some kind of old-timey stunt pilot.
Dig those crazy goggles.
So that's a biplane.
If I remember my history books, it's a Newport Scout. Favorite of the RAF.
Must be from an air show or something, huh, Major?
No air shows around here. Who gave him clearance to land?
That's just it, sir. As far as I can tell, no one.
Look, he didn't get shot down. This is restricted airspace. Jeep.
Driver for the Major. On the double.
Shut it off! Now!
We can't hear you, sir.
What's he think he's doing?
Just sitting there. Looks scared.
He's trying to take off again. Block the runway, man. Move!
Can't roll over us.
That's it. Cut him off.
My best, sir.
All right. I surrender.
Shut off your engine and climb down. Now.
Look at those boots. Leather jacket, silk scarf. Didn't I see this in some old movie?
If you didn't, I did. Hands up! Stand clear of that thing. What do you mean running an antique into the path of approaching aircraft? What's the matter with you? Speak up, man! Are you French? Don't you understand what I'm saying? Parlez-vous français?
Are you American?
What's that supposed to mean? What do you think you are?
Why, I honestly don't know.
Can't you see this is an American base?
But all these
All these what?
experimental aircraft, we had no idea you chaps were so advanced.
Are you British?
Yes. How long have you been in it?
In what?
What's going on, sir?
Get it out of here.
How do we do that?
Tow it. I don't care. But get it off the runway.
Yes, sir.
You'd better come with me.
Oh, of course.
Get in.
Extraordinary vehicle.
It's a Jeep, all right? Back seat.
Oh, yes.
Administration building.
Yes, sir.
Whoa!
Hold on, flyboy. You'll fall out.
I just can't believe it.
Believe what?
Well, an airstrip so close to the lines. How long?
I don't follow you. What lines? How long what?
Why the war? How long have you chaps been in it?
This way.
Quite impressive. I have to hand it to you, Yanks.
Major?
Lieutenant.
I say, what's she doing in uniform?
She's a WAF.
How's that?
Women's Air Force.
I see.
Enter.
Major Wilson is here, General.
Ask him if he can't wait till later. I have to sign off on this report.
It's something kind of special, sir.
Oh, all right. Show him in.
Come in, Major.
What is it, Wilson? I thought everything was under control.
Someone to see you, sir.
Who's this?
Well, sir, this man, he's British apparently, landed on our airstrip a few minutes ago, delaying Captain Bradford's takeoff, I might add. The aircraft, such as it is...
Who are you?
William Smith Decker, sir. First Lieutenant, Royal Flying Corps.
You mean Royal Air Force?
No, sir. Royal Flying Corps.
All right. Well, what are you doing here?
Doing, sir?
Why are you dressed like that? Is there an air circus nearby?
Air circus?
Stunt pilots, that sort of thing. Or are you making a film?
Film?
A remake of Wings, perhaps. I don't recall an authorization from headquarters.
I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning.
Oh, you don't? Well, out with it, man. Why are you wearing that costume?
This is my uniform, sir. I say, where exactly am I?
Where exactly do you think you are?
Well, I must admit, it's all a bit confusing. I thought I was landing at the 56th Squadron Air Base RFC. Must have gone considerably off course.
He's disoriented.
He certainly is. Either that or he's pulling an elaborate joke, something I have an extremely low tolerance for.
If you'd like me to take him to the infirmary...
I'll handle this.
If you'll allow me to explain...
56th Squadron RFC, you say? That was once an official installation, as I recall.
Was, sir?
What's today's date?
June the 5th.
What year?
I'm afraid I'm missing the point.
Just answer the question.
Why? 1917.
1917.
Isn't that correct? Well, isn't it? Or are you fellows using a different calendar?
It's June 5th, all right.
1959, Lieutenant.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, careful. You don't look so good.
You sure you're not having me on?
Sit down. Some water. May I, General?
Yes, of course.
Did you say 1959?
Drink this.
You don't have anything stronger?
Lieutenant...
Decker, sir.
You don't seriously expect us to believe...
But it's true. When I took off this morning, it was 1917. Then... the cloud.
Cloud?
It was suddenly there, in a clear sky. And while I was passing through it, I couldn't hear my engine. It was like being swallowed up.
Oh, come now, man.
Yeah, yes, the same sort of thing happened to Geinmeyer.
Who?
Geinmeyer.
Wasn't he a French fighter pilot?
Yeah, he simply disappeared one day while flying. At the memorial service, a cardinal said he belonged to the skies, and the skies have taken him. And in my own outfit, Captain Ball disappeared the same way. He was last seen flying into a dense white cloud. I should have known.
Say, just who the devil do you think you're fooling, Decker? Or whatever your name is?
Sir, I swear to you, when I left base this morning, it was June 5th, 1917. Mac and I were going on our usual patrol and...
Who?
Mac, Captain Mackay.
Mackay?
Yes.
Alexander Mackay?
How did you know?
What have you to do with him?
How did you know?
I suppose you're going to tell us that you didn't know that Alexander Mackay, Air Vice Marshal Alexander Mackay, is at this very moment en route to this base for a tour of inspection, that your arrival here is purely a coincidence.
Well, that's impossible.
And why is it impossible, Lieutenant Decker?
Because he's dead.
Well, Major?
Here.
What's this?
Everything British HQ has in their files.
Have you looked at it?
I'll let you do the honors.
And what do you expect we'll find?
The truth, sir. Whether he's an imposter or...
Whether? How could he be anything else?
You think he's a lunatic, don't you?
Oh, no, nothing like that. He's been frozen on ice for more than 40 years, hasn't aged a bit. Standard operating procedure.
I don't know what to make of it, but if he's an actor, he's the best I've ever seen.
Seen a lot of actors, have you?
Well, what do you make of it, General? The mechanics have gone over the plane. It's a genuine Newport Scout, all right. In perfect working order. And he knows how to fly it. That's obvious.
Open the file.
An old newspaper clipping from the London Times. William Smith Decker, commissioned by RFC, son of Mr. and Mrs. Harold Smith Decker of 17B Hightower Street, today received his...
Seems authentic.
Complete with photograph. Quite the dashing young officer. Swagger stick and all.
And the face?
See for yourself.
Hard to tell. The paper's yellowed.
But it does look like him. And a copy of his military records. Everything seems to be genuine. Are these his personal effects on the desk?
Yes. Corporal Wintner brought them in.
Holster and pistol, pocket watch, cigarette case. You looked in the billfold?
ID cards, the works. All perfectly done. He's ingenious, I'll give him that. The question is, for what purpose?
The paperwork can be checked.
If we wanted to waste the time, yes.
Well, if it's a hoax, it certainly is an elaborate one.
If it's a hoax, Major.
It's just that it's hard to believe. Why would anyone go to such incredible lengths merely to play a joke?
Who said it was a joke?
What do you mean, sir?
There's no telling what his motive was. Maybe we'll find out once Mackay arrives.
We might check with the Ministry of War in London. There must be records of everyone who's ever served, no matter how long ago.
You know what I think, Major?
Sir?
I think you believe him.
No, sir, I wouldn't say that, but I can't help feeling there's more to this man than just...
Exactly. The revolver, for example, fully loaded.
Oh, you don't mean he meant to use it on...
We'll know soon enough.
I was watching him, and I'd swear he was genuinely shocked when he found out about Mackay coming here. If he meant any harm to the man, he would...
We'll get to the bottom of it. For now, I've ordered him kept under lockdown.
It doesn't make any sense, General.
Get these things off my desk, will you?
Of course.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of work to do.
You don't suppose that...
If you'll excuse me, Major.
Yes, sir.
Major?
Corporal Wintner?
Sir?
Yes?
I was just wondering, what are you going to do?
Do?
With the airman? Decker, is that his name?
So it would appear. We're checking him out.
Oh. Is he a prisoner?
Not officially. He's being detained. Until we question him further.
What do you make of him, sir?
I don't know yet. The General thinks he's out of his head.
Some plane, though, huh? Regular museum piece. I saw what they took out of it.
What?
Well, the World War I flight map. I mean, it looks real. I wonder where he got it.
That's the question. But we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Corporal?
Sir?
Don't talk to the men about this. Not till we have the whole story.
I understand, sir.
Major Wilson?
At ease. How is he?
He asked for tea, sir, with milk. Can you beat that? Had some brought over from the commissary.
That's fine. I'll be inside with him.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant?
Why am I a prisoner here?
That's not quite that bad.
I'm being kept here, am I not?
For the time being.
But I'm not free to leave.
I'm only following orders, Decker, until Vice Marshal Mackay arrives.
What earthly good will it do for me to see him?
Well, you mentioned him by name. You claim to know him.
I most certainly do.
Then this will give us a chance to straighten it out.
There's nothing to be straightened out.
Why are you so afraid of that?
I'm not. I'm not afraid of anything.
Well, then, there's no need to worry.
So, I'll see him.
Good. I wanted to ask you something about that cloud you spoke of.
I've told you everything.
Why don't you relax? Sit down.
I don't care to sit down just now.
Nervous, are you?
I wouldn't say that.
You do realize, Decker, that you're asking us to believe something rather incredible. A cloud of silence in a clear blue sky. A World War I pilot landing at an American SAC base in present-day France. Such a thing doesn't happen every day, you know.
Yet it did happen, and it happened today. We're in agreement on that. Look, I told you I'd see Mackay. Look, why don't you leave me alone till then, hmm?
You really feel you know him, don't you?
Know him? Ha! Old lead bottom.
Lead bottom?
Whenever we flew over German lines, the soldiers fired at us, quite naturally. And one day Mac got hit in a most embarrassing spot. I always called him Old Lead Bottom afterwards. It's a personal joke, of course. Mac's a proud sort, don't you know? He wouldn't like it if I bruited it about.
Why did you keep insisting before that he was dead?
Because the last I saw of him, he was caught in a circle of 7 German planes.
7 biplanes.
There was nothing I could do, you understand? I was in my own plane, involved with 3 others. They were closing in on me.
So we got away.
I don't see how he could have.
He not only could have, he did. He was one of Britain's great heroes during the Blitz.
What do you mean by Blitz?
The second war we told you about. He won the DFC for knocking down 3 German bombers one night over London. Undoubtedly saved hundreds of lives.
Oh.
Decker!
I have to get out of here!
Oh, you don't.
I've got him.
Sit down, Decker, now!
Can you manage, sir?
Yes, yes. Stay outside.
For the love of God!
Sit down. Now you tell me, what is wrong?
I must leave.
I'm afraid that's impossible. When Mackay arrives, we'll get to the bottom of everything.
I tell you, I can't see him.
Why?
Look, it wouldn't make sense to you.
Try me.
Because he'll know me for what I am.
And what is that?
A coward. A coward.
I'm sorry.
I've always been a coward. All my life, running away. Pretending to be something I never was, never could be. That's why I'm here now, because I ran away, because I wanted so desperately to escape that I did. The chaps in the 56th are such bloody heroes, don't you know? Men like Ball, McCudden, Rice David, so brilliant pilots, magnificent fighters. I always feel like such a rotten sham among them. I keep talking about it as if it were the present, don't I? Yet it isn't. If I can believe my own senses, it's the past now. 42 years in the past.
Decker.
Oh, I got by with pretending well enough. My kind of strained idiocy was exactly the brand we all put on. Playing the part, don't you know? Exaggerated, near hysterical with confidence. Boys on a crazy lark, drinking, joking, laughing, far too much, all of it. Then turning into deadly, ice-cold killers in the sky. Not me, of course, no, not me. Up there, I was just as terrified as I was on the ground. Even more so. Mac and I were supposed to go on patrols together, flying backup for each other. Most of the time, I talked him into splitting up, but he didn't mind. I believe he actually hoped he'd run into trouble. Me? I'd just linger in the clouds, if there were any, flying back and forth around in circles, dreading the possibility that I'd see an enemy ship, waiting for enough time to pass so I could go back and pretend I'd flown the course. Sometimes I even thought I'll land behind the German lines, let myself be captured. Their pilots always get the best of treatment as prisoners of war. Except I've been afraid of doing even that. Afraid that somehow the truth would come out and I'd be discovered. Discredited. I couldn't bear that. I'm such a dreadful coward that I'm even afraid to admit my own cowardice. I had to carry on the self-delusion, don't you know? I've actually fired revolver bullets through the cockpit walls just so, later on, the chaps would see them and be impressed. I told them I took enemy gunfire. God help me.
Fear isn't a crime, Lieutenant. Every pilot's been afraid at one time or another. Mackay would understand that.
No.
What makes you even think he knows about it?
Because it was I who let the Germans trap him.
You said you were fighting 3 German planes yourself. How could you possibly...
I wasn't fighting anyone. I was running. Don't you understand? I was trying to get away.
Easy, Lieutenant.
It's true. When the Germans came at us, I flew away. I just deserted him, left him up there to die.
But he didn't die. Listen to me.
I don't understand what you're saying. I mean, it's not possible.
Perhaps he got help.
What? How's that?
What is it?
What you just said.
I only meant that...
That he got help. Oh. Could it be?
Well, it's certainly in the realm of possibility.
Then don't you see?
See what?
Maybe I'm the one who helped him. Maybe...
Decker, when I said he got help, I was referring to other pilots in the area, other fighter planes.
But there wasn't anyone within 50 kilometers who could have helped him.
Decker, what do you...
Well, maybe it wasn't just an accident that made me land here. Maybe I was brought here for a purpose. To find out that Max survived. To find out that time has given me a second chance.
I'm not sure
You've got to let me go.
I can't do that.
You must. Don't you see? It's the only chance I have. The only chance he has.
But he's alive, Decker. He's on his way here now.
How can you be sure? How do you know that if I don't get back, he may not be here? How do you know that he won't have been killed 42 years ago?
There's no reason to think that this man's
I'm the reason, standing right in front of you.
This is insanity.
It isn't. Look, I tell you, history may be changed if I don't do something. Mac will have died because he had to die. Unless I help him.
Stop it.
I beg of you, in the name of pity, let me go back.
I deal in human lives here, Decker. How to save them, how to protect them, and all that goes with it. My job is to issue orders, and those orders are reviewed. If they don't pass muster, someone else overrides them.
You don't have to explain military procedure to me.
Good, because there's more at stake here than personal opinion, no matter how strong. What goes down under my command is subject to scrutiny, very close, rational scrutiny. I follow your logic. The problem is it doesn't jibe with reality, military or otherwise.
I'm talking about something much more important.
Are you? Take a look out the window, Lieutenant. Those are jets out there, fueled and ready to go at a moment's notice. We're the DEW line for security in this part of the world. You won't know what I'm talking about, but there are bombs now that can destroy entire countries. Enemy forces held in check only by our presence. Not by feelings or emotions, but by the threat of mutual annihilation. Say I wanted to help you. Say I believed your story, no matter how outlandish it sounds. Even so, there's nothing, absolutely nothing I can...
Well, maybe you can't, but I still can.
Where's Major Wilson?
Out of my way.
What are you...
I said, get out of my way.
Here now, you can't...
Stop it! Someone, please!
Where are the hangars?
Help! The prisoner's escaping!
For the love of God, woman, I only want to see my plane. Where?
The South Field, but...
Thanks. You've just changed the course of history. Cheers!
Hey, stop him!
Did you see that guy?
Something out of an old movie.
What in the rosy hell?
Hey, fella, where do you think you're going?
The Scout.
You can't come in the hangars. This is off limits.
No, the plane, the Scout. Where is it?
Not in here. And for God's sake, why are you dressed like that?
Ah, I see it.
Where'd he go, Sarge?
There! Running out the other end! Stop him!
Will you get a load of that? Chasing some guy in a white scarf and breeches. What is this, the Dawn Patrol?
Come on, it's got to start!
Turn it off, Decker!
No!
Right now!
Get your hand off the switch!
Out of the plane.
Can't you understand? It isn't just for me. You said it yourself. What about the hundreds of lives he saved? Are they all to be lost as well?
If you're right.
Are you willing to take the risk?
Turn off the engine or I'll fire this pistol into your head.
Fire, then. I'd rather die.
Shoot him, Major. He's getting away.
Shoot!
General. You're in trouble, Major. I hope you know that.
I understand, sir.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know how to explain it. I just couldn't pull the trigger.
Your thought processes elude me, Wilson. They positively elude me. Letting that maniac loose.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to understand. You had him. How could you... Yes?
Air Vice Marshal Mackay, sir.
Fine. We were supposed to meet him when he landed.
I know, sir. I'm sorry.
Marshal Mackay.
How'd you do, General?
Very pleased to meet you, sir. I trust you had a comfortable flight.
Oh, yes. Splendid.
Good, good. This is Major Wilson.
Honored, Major.
The honor is mine.
Now then, shall we begin the inspection?
Or perhaps you'd care to have a meal first.
Not really. I'm on a bit of a schedule this afternoon.
Sir, may I ask you a question?
Not now, Wilson.
But what is it, my boy?
Well, sir, do you know a man named William Smith Decker?
Really, Major?
Smitty? Why, yes.
You do?
I should know him. He saved my life.
What?
Then he did go back. How, sir? If I may ask, how did he save your life?
Well, we were out on patrol together. This was back in the Great War, of course. Usually we split up, covered different sectors. But that day, our planes were side by side, for a while at least, when a formation of Germans dropped down on us.
You fought them off, both of you?
Not at first.
What do you mean?
Well, for a time, I thought old Smitty was lighting out on me. Can you imagine?
He flew away?
So it seemed. He climbed up high, disappeared.
Into a cloud?
How did you know?
A white cloud from nowhere.
Couldn't say. I suppose it was white.
And then?
Well, then, from out of the cloud, it seemed, Smitty came diving down, machine gun chattering away. Guess he'd been waiting for his chance. Knocked out 3 of the bandits before they got him. Saved my life, rest his soul. I say, what's all this about? How did you know?
The Germans. Didn't they usually bring back the personal belongings of pilots who were shot down?
Quite often.
Did they bring back his?
Why, now that you mention it, no.
Are you sure?
Where in heaven's name did you get these?
They're his.
Know them anywhere. But how?
So, you've never known exactly what happened to him, to your friend Smitty.
What the devil is going on here?
We might be able to fill you in on the details.
After all these years? How could you?
Maybe you'd better sit down, old lead bottom.
What did you call me?
Dialogue from a play, Hamlet to Horatio. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. A play written long before men took to the sky in flying machines, before they added yet another dimension to knowledge and to mystery. Perhaps there are more things in heaven and earth and in the sky that can be dreamt of. And somewhere between heaven, the sky, and the earth lies an even vaster dimension, known throughout history by various names. For now, we'll call it the Twilight Zone.
We'll return to the Twilight Zone in just a moment.
You are about to enter another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind, a journey into a wondrous land of imagination. Next stop, the Twilight Zone. Hi, this is Stacy Keach. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our Twilight Zone website at twilightzoneradio.com. At twilightzoneradio.com, you'll find the latest information on these Twilight Zone radio dramas, including behind-the-scenes photographs, plus the newest product releases, trivia contests, ways to contact us, other Twilight Zone-related info and merchandise, plus links to other fascinating websites. So make your next stop twilightzoneradio.com.
Visit twilightzoneradio.com to purchase these Twilight Zone radio dramas on cassette and CD, or call toll-free 1-866-989-ZONE. That's 1-866-989-9663.
The Last Flight, starring Charles Shaughnessy with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was adapted for radio by Dennis Etchison and written for The Twilight Zone by Richard Matheson. Heard in the cast were Mike Starr, Roderick Peoples, Nigel Patterson, Doug James, Jeff Lupetin, Kurt Napig, Steve Kay, Carl Amari, Richard Hensel, Jamie Barron, and Linda Reiter. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises and the Rod Serling Estate for making this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari for Falcon Picture Group. Sound design and custom Foley effects for The Twilight Zone by Cerny American creatives Bob Benson, Craig Lee, Michael Slaybach, and Matt Sorrow. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to contact us, visit our official website at twilightzoneradio.com. Doug James speaking.